Ipagpapatuloy natin ngayon ang ating pag-aaral tungkol dito sa tipan. Tayo ay nasa ika-4 na bahagi at ang pag-uusapan natin ay ang pananatili sa tipan. Ang katanungan, magagawa ba nating mapanatili ang ating sarili sa tipan ng Diyos? Paano natin mapapanatili ang ating sarili sa tipan na ito ng Diyos? Ang sabi ng kasulatan, ang Diyos mismo ay pinananatili ang kanyang tipan ng pag-ibig. Ang sabi sa Deuteronomy 7:9, "Know that the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God who keeps His covenant of love to 1,000 generations with those who love Him and keep His commands." Madaling sabi, malinaw na sinasabi na nananatili ang Diyos sa kanyang pakikipagtipan sa kanyang mga anak na kanyang mga katipan. Ang tipan na ito ng Diyos ay walang hanggan. Hindi nawawala ito sa paglipas ng panahon. Hindi nababawasan at hindi rin ito nababago. Ang sabi sa Jeremiah 31:3, "The Lord has appeared unto me, saying, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee." Ang katagang ginamit sa Hebreo tungkol sa pag-ibig na itipan ng Diyos sa atin ay ahav. At ito ay sa bilang pandiwa. Sa pangalan naman ito ay hesed. Sa Greek, ang verb ay tinawag na agapao at ang noun ay tinawag na agape. At ang simpleng ibig sabihin nito ay love between. As God has made us dear to His heart, He expects us to reciprocate His love and keep reciprocating it. If God keeps His covenant of love to us, how then do we keep ours with Him? Yon yung ating sasagutin. At ang kasagutang una ay by loving God most. Ang unang utos ng Diyos ay love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. Dito sa Deuteronomy 6:5, wala yung mind at sa naunang pag-aaral ay naipaliwanag na natin na ang mga Hudyo kung mag-isip ay puso ang ginagamit, samantalang ang mga Griego ay isip lang ang ginagamit, wala ang puso. Kaya yung Deuteronomy 6:5 may pagkakaiba sa New Testament na sinasabing love the Lord of God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your might. I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. Kaya kung mahal natin ang Diyos na higit sa lahat, ang sinasabi ng Diyos ay wala ng ibang didyusin, kundi siya lamang at siya nagpakilala sa lumang tipan sa pangalang Yahweh. Yung hesed at agape na sinasabing love between ay pag-ibig ng Diyos sa atin at pag-ibig naman natin sa Kanya. At sinasabi dito na siya ang dapat maging sentro ng ating puso at sentro ng ating apeksyon. Yun ang unang paraan upang mapanatili natin ang ating sarili sa tipan ng Diyos o ang ating tipan sa Diyos. At ang ikalawa ay sa pananatili sa salita ng Diyos o pagsunod sa salita ng Diyos. Tingnan natin muli yung Deuteronomy 7:9. Sabi rito, "Know that the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God that keeps His covenant of love to 1,000 generations with those who love Him and keep His commands. Yung katagang keep, galing ito sa Hebreo na shomer. At ang ibig sabihin nito ay take heed, observe, guard, give heed. At yung katagang to take heed, ang ibig sabihin noon ay pay wholehearted attention and be careful about God's law. At yung katagang observe, ang ibig sabihin noon ay to obey or conform to God's law. And the word to God means to protect God's law. At pag sinabi natin God's law, ito yung prinsipyo ng Diyos. Ang sabi ng mga awit ay itinatago niya ang salita ng Diyos sa kanyang puso upang hindi siya magkasala sa Diyos. Psalm 119 verse 11. At yung katagang hide, it means to hoard and to cover. And in this word of God, the psalmist meditates day and night. He said in Psalm 119:97, "Oh, how I love thy law! I meditate on it all day long." To meditate means to reflect. The psalmist meditates on the word and sees himself if he is aligned with the word. Ang Panginoong Jesus mismo ay nagsabi, "Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word of God that comes out of His mouth." He quoted and emphasized the Father's teaching, which Moses taught to the Jews, Deuteronomy 8:3. Jesus said, "If you love me, you will keep my commandments. If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love." Maliwanag ang sinabi ng Panginoon sa pananatili sa kanyang salita, sa kanyang kautusan o sa kanyang prinsipyo. Tayo nakakapanatili sa pagmamahal ng Diyos at sa pagmamahal natin sa Kanya. The covenant of love and the commandments of God are inseparable. It is by keeping the commandments of God that one who has covenanted with Him keeps himself in the covenant of love. This Old Testament law is reiterated by Jesus in His teaching, simply because He was teaching the Torah. The Old Testament books are called by the theologians as Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Old Testament. The Jews simply call it as Torah. The Torah contains the nature, attributes, will, and commandments or principles of God. The Old Testament books, the entire Old Testament, is called by the Jews as Tanakh. T is for Torah, the first 5 books of the Old Testament, and N is for Nevi'im, which means the prophets, and K is for Ketubim, which means the wisdom literature. The prophets reinforce the Torah. The wisdom literature gives the practical application of Torah. Jesus taught the Torah. The disciples taught also the Torah. Jesus and His disciples taught the Torah differently from the religious leaders of their days. God keeps His covenant, it has no doubt, and we must keep our covenant with Him. It is in loving Him most and keeping His laws or principles that we keep ours with Him. It is in doing this that we remain in Him. The question is, can we follow these principles of loving God most and keeping His laws? Sa susunod na pag-aaral, sasagutin natin ang katanungan ito. Ang isang bagay na tinitiyak natin, hindi magbibigay ang Diyos ng kautusan na hindi natin kayang ipamuhay sapagkat Siya mismo ang nagbibigay ng biyaya at kakayanan na magawa natin ang Kanyang kautusan. The Lord bless you.